Hello, Libra. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of March 2021. I hope you're having a great, spectacular month so far. For the readings this month, I will be using one of my favorite all-time decks. This is the Groovy Weight Tarot. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then for your Oracle reading at the end, Libra, I'm going to be working with a new deck. It's called the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. I absolutely love it, and I will share more about it with you at the end. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe, because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. So Libra, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm feeling a very smooth energy as we start with your cards here. Very good. All right, so what do we need to know for the sign of Libra as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021? What do we need to know for the sign of Libra? All right, I can see already you got a lot of stuff going on at work. As we move into the first week of March, Libra, you're probably going to have to just really understand that things are going to be happening as it relates to your work. You know, for those of you who have a job, a 9-to-5, it looks like, from what I can see, there's going to be some projects, some new things happening, but at the same time, it's going to feel a little dissatisfying, is what I'm picking up by looking at this here. You know, not that you don't like your job, not that you don't, appreciate, and you're not, we're not saying that you're not grateful or not happy to have it, but it's just not challenging. It looks like it's not fulfilling, and you really kind of become aware of that as we move into the beginning of March. We got the Fool in the reverse, which means you're very, very grounded. You're not being naive. You're not having unrealistic expectations as it relates to your work and whatever it is you do for money. And you're also very busy. You're very skilled. You're very talented. You do your job, you do your work, and you do it well, and people respect you for that. The thing is I can see here you're really not getting the credit that you deserve. You're not getting the recognition that you are entitled to get. And so, it's kind of making you feel a little kind of ho-hum about the whole work situation. Now, for those of you who don't have a job or who are not employed, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you're an investor, maybe you're retired, a student, whatever the case may be, this same kind of energy still applies. It's like you're still feeling a little dissatisfied in the way things are going. Not that you don't like it, not that you're not appreciative of what you're doing, but maybe it's time for a new challenge. Maybe it's time for you to do something slightly different in order to make things a little bit more interesting for you. Sometimes we go into things with certain expectations, and we master these certain things, but they just don't necessarily pan out in the way we thought, or it's like you've kind of achieved everything that you can achieve, and it's time for a new challenge, which is what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Wands and the World in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Wands, she's a very grounded energy, and this is kind of the thing that tells us, well, we've got our heads on straight. Even if we're dissatisfied in our current work or whatever, we're not just going to let it go and kind of run off into the sunset, hoping our dream job is going to just fall into our laps. That's really not what we're talking about here. But the Queen of Wands does say that she, kind of is strategizing and making a plan of what she can do next. Also, the other thing about the Queen of Wands is sometimes this is representative or indicative of an actual person. So there could be someone near you, Libra, who sees an opportunity for you and maybe you're considering it. Maybe it's something that was brought to your attention before, but you never took it seriously, and now you're ready to maybe explore the idea. So, whatever the case may be, just know that you're not locked into your current circumstances, no matter how unsatisfying they may be. The world in the reverse tells us that there is something that is not finished. So maybe that's what's kind of keeping you where you're at. Maybe you have to finish some things up before you can actually move on. Before you can start something new, maybe there's something that needs to be completed or needs to be taken care of first. But, the other thing too is the energy of the world being upside down sometimes has a very, I want to say, chaotic feel to it, just because we're not really where we want to be. And that's not anything to really feel bad or negative about, but it is something to definitely be aware of, because we have to pay attention to the signs and the signals that come through for us, especially when we're trying to, create more money, create more opportunity, grow our business, increase our skill set, and so forth. All right, Libra, let's see what else shows up for you. We got quite a few cards here. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. All right, here we go. Once we hit the second week of March, Libra, pay attention, because you've got some good news coming. Looks like an offer. Now, this is really kind of solidifying what we said in the first week, and things really start to change and take shape as the month goes on. We've got the Three of Cups here. This is a card of celebration. Six of Wands here. This is a card of recognition. So we talked about here where maybe you're not necessarily getting the credit that you deserve in your current work situation. Looks like that's going to change once we move throughout the month. Looks like you are going to be drawing in some attention as it relates to your work or whatever it is you do. It could also be that maybe you do something and suddenly you're kind of thrown in the spotlight. Maybe you become a social media star or a YouTube star, or maybe in your local community, you're on the local news or TV or something like that. It's something where you definitely get recognized and you get a lot of attention in a very public way. Now, this is going to be very good, because if you are trying to grow a business or you are trying to start something, having that social clout, that public recognition, that credibility is going to do a lot to take you far, especially, like I said, if you're trying to increase your income, increase your opportunities, maybe network with some new people who can really make things happen for you professionally. We also have the Strength card, another good card. The Strength card talks about you definitely having the tenacity and having just the enthusiasm and the strength and the mental toughness to keep going. The other thing about the Strength card, it just means that you definitely have what it takes to succeed. There's no doubt, there's no question. There is no form of weakness within you. And we're talking about this in a not only a energetic context, but we're also talking about this mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You're very, very strong. Now, even this could apply to you physically in some levels. For some of you who are healing or who are, doing some body work to maybe kind of improve some things, this is definitely telling us that it's working. Whatever you're doing is working and it's paying off. We do have the Three of Wands here in the reverse. This means that future plans are going to be on hold. Why? Because you've got a new opportunity, a new offer is showing up for you. This is very exciting. This is nothing to worry about. Usually when new things show up for us, then yeah, we do have to change our future plans, you know, to make accommodations for the new offers that are coming our way, for the new opportunities. It could be a new job, it could be a new relationship, whatever the case may be. The page always brings a message, and because he's in the upright and because he is showing up with the gift, this is definitely going to be something, some kind of an offer, some type of a gift is coming your way. All right, Libra, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Libra? All right, Libra. Well, the second half of the month is definitely going to be bright for you. You've got money coming in. Looks like you may even do some splurging to some degree. I say that because this Nine of Pentacles here is telling me that there's going to be a splurge purchase coming up for you. You know, something that you've always wanted. You know, maybe you get your tax refund or something and you say, you know what, I have the money. I'm finally going to buy whatever it is that you've been wanting. The Nine of Cups here too is jumping out at me. It's telling me that you do fulfill something that you've wanted for a long time. It may not be exactly everything that you thought it was, but it's still going to be good. But let's start here again. We've got the Sun that tells me, like I said, it's definitely going to be a positive second half of March. Things just keep getting better and better as the weeks progress on. Death card in reverse talks about some slow changes happening. This could also be some unexpected changes. Not anything negative, but just something you didn't see coming. The Death card also means that it's going to be something that transforms every aspect or every area of your life. So not only are we talking about money and professional stuff or professional things happening or things happening in your career, but this is also going to impact your life in some way. So, you know, it could be something that happens, you know, changes happening at work, but it could also affect your personal life. You know, it could be a new schedule, could be maybe you work with someone that you absolutely adore, or maybe someone that you can't stand. And so sometimes, you know, you just kind of dread having to come in contact with this particular person. I don't think it's going to be that, but it's always a possibility. Next, we got the Knight of Cups, which means some help that you were expecting probably doesn't show up. And I'm not saying that it will never show up, but the Knight of Cups means that you were really had your heart set on, you know, so-and-so coming through for you. And for whatever reason, somebody doesn't quite deliver in the way that was promised. Now, this is something that happens to all of us, so I don't want you to feel too out of sorts, you know, Libra. It could also be too, the person shows up and it's just not what you thought. Sometimes it's not anything bad. It's just that, you know, someone says, oh yeah, you know, I can do this, this, and that. Let me take care of that for you. And then they take care of it, and then the results are like subpar, you know, like just not what you were hoping for. We already talked about the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And then we've got the Moon card here, which talks about something being revealed, information coming to the surface, something that was probably hidden from you, either deliberately or not. But you get some clarity on something. Things are no longer hidden, things are revealed, things are out in the open, and it allows you to make some really, really good decisions, especially as it relates to money. This could also be some information coming to you about money that allows you to make some, you know, take some action in some way. You know, maybe you find out something about your investments or your business, and now you're like, oh, okay, I totally see where this is going. Let me do this so I can, you know, stay in the game, or so I can avoid whatever, or so I can gain something. So this is always a good card to see in the reverse, because it means that information is now exposed and we can make a clear decision, or we can kind of understand what's really going on. All right, Libra. Ooh. All right. All right, all right. Okay. What do we need to know for Libra here as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of March 2021. Okay, Libra. So the end of the month is going to close out with a bang. However, the only thing is I see some type of disassembling with this Tower card here. But here's the thing, you've got these really solid, good cards all the way. So this tells me this is not going to be something that's going to be, earth-shattering. But I do see, like I said, a disassembling of something. And this is something that needs to happen. Something needs to break down in order for you to kind of fix the problem, okay? Especially if it's anything financial or money related. So we got the Ten of Cups. This is the ultimate happiness, joy, contentment, celebration, success card. This is very, very good. It also fell onto this Death card. Now remember, the Death card is talking about slow transformational change. Then we've got the Tower card. Now this is the card of things, like I said, being broken down. Sometimes that has to happen. Sometimes there's no other way to make things good or to correct a situation other than to literally break it down and start from scratch. And that's what is clearly going to happen with this card here. Now we also have the High Priestess, which is a very intuitive card. Remember, she's all about knowing what's going on, trusting her instincts, listening to what she feels in her gut, maybe even connecting with their ancestors, spirit guides, angels, whatever, if that is something that you do believe in and that you do believe supports you along your journey. So the High Priestess says that, this is probably something you could feel coming, or maybe something that you feel is already starting to happen and it really just kind of shows up in the physical at this time. But again, look at the cards that are following. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which means there's going to be some type of a financial assistance, some type of financial gain happening as a result of this. Then we've got the King of Swords. He is the card of discernment, the card of removing what is unnecessary, also the card of really paying attention to what is no longer needed and what is no longer serving us, so we can grow and we can move forward and we can move ahead. This is very powerful, especially when it comes to growing your money. Sometimes you have to remove stuff that is just sucking money, or things that are wasteful, or things that are taking your attention and diverting, your money and your time from what is really important. So Libra, I really want you to focus on staying open-minded and not judging things as necessarily positive or negative, but things that just are, and things that just kind of naturally happen in the cycle of life, or in the cycle of business, or even in the cycle of your finances. Understand that sometimes things really do have to be removed in order to make room for better, bigger, stronger, more, whatever. But it's definitely going to be good. I see that your month is pretty solid. I don't see anything that will underdevelop your goals or get in the way of your goals, because you definitely have recognition, you've got strength, you've got positive things happening, you've got assistance, you've got your intuition coming into play. So this is all good, Libra. This is all very, very good. So let's go ahead and end your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. Like I said, this is a brand new deck that I'm working with for this month, and the cards are absolutely beautiful. And what I like about them too is that they're very simple and direct to the point. They've got beautiful artwork as well. So you've got card number 66, which is hibernation. Your soul needs time alone for meditation and rest. And I'm not surprised that this, when I look at some of the cards, especially in the first row here, what's sticking out to me is this Three of Pentacles here. This is the card of sometimes group work, but it's in the reverse, which means working independently, which is in alignment with hibernation, taking some time away to kind of figure out what you need to do, or sometimes you just need a break and you just need to recharge. So don't feel guilty if you do need to take a nap, if you do need to kind of separate yourself from whatever is going on during the month of March. All right, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.